Myeisha, you're muted.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining the webinar today. We are going to cover this topic, and if you have any questions during my presentation, feel free to put them in the chat, and we will definitely circle back to them so they could be addressed. So go ahead to the next slide. So my name is Myeisha Grady. I am the business advisor at the Illinois Small Business Development Center at the WBDC, which is the Women Business Development Center. I'm a part of the Entrepreneurial Programs and Services Division in the South Suburbs. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off my video so you guys could take a closer look at the slides. And I am still here, so please definitely ask me questions throughout. So my division is in the south suburbs, but I do have clients all over the Chicagoland area. My specialty is pre-venture and startup businesses, and I also teach communication courses for our military who are serving our country and advancing their educational goals. So the course I enjoy teaching the most is public speaking, which is why I choose to bring you this topic today. Before we jump into this, let's go ahead and set the scene. Next slide. So today you will hear about the WBDC, who we are and what we do for entrepreneurs. We'll go over the different business pitches. Next, you will hear about finding your voice by facing your fear. Lastly, we will go over delivering a strong business pitch. Next slide. The WBDC offers 3 services to its clients: connections, capital, and contracts. Next slide. Let's start with the connections. Next slide. Here at the WBDC, Entrepreneurial Services team provides connections in the following ways. One is we have a no-cost one-on-one business advice and management assistance. 2, assistance with the development of business plans. We offer core programs like Scale Up and Plan for Profit, where mentorship and networking further the business planning process. 3, we help access market information and the development of marketing plans. 4, we offer assistance with accessing business finance programs in and out of the WBDC's network. We offer assistance with financial analysis and planning. 6, we access to business education and training opportunities, just like this one. And lastly, we help with technology, innovation, and entrepreneurial development. Next slide. Next, our Access to Capital program focuses on helping businesses and their owners develop a better understanding of their business finances. Of course, not everyone is born with that intellect, so we're here to help. Whether you're seeking a small business loan or financial counseling or loan education and assistance, the team is available to help you make your business grow. You're going to contact loan program at thewbdc.org for more information. Next slide. Finally, we offer certification to women-owned businesses. The government and large corporations are the largest buyers of goods and services and often award contracts specifically to those that can certify that they are women-owned businesses. These contracts can be constant, reliable sources of income. The WBE certification is a designation sought by women-owned companies to help leverage contracts with major corporations and government agencies. For-profit companies based in the U.S. that are controlled by at least 51% owned, operated, and managed by women or a woman are eligible to apply. We assist with certifications for WBENC, a national certification organization. The Illinois Procurement Technical Assistance Center at the WBDC or PTAC provides one-on-one advising to help you develop strategies to network and navigate local and federal government opportunities. Don't let this pass you by. Please visit our website, the WBDC website, which is www.wbdc.org, for more information. Next slide. All right, so let's go ahead and start our discussion. Now, we're going to talk about the different business pitches, but I am going to employ you to participate as much as possible. So there will be opportunities for you to provide examples. If you would like to jump in and provide an example, you can put it in the chat when I give you the okay. When you say that yes, you would like to participate, we will unmute you and you can go ahead and provide your answer. If you prefer to just type it in the chat upon being called on, then you can do that as well. I am someone that enjoy back and forth, so please do not be shy here. Now is not the time for you to let your fear stifle your participation. Good, it'll be good for you to jump out there, get a little bit of practice, and I can try to help you as best I can with making your pitches stronger. Okay, so let's start with the elevator speech. So let's start with speeches, period. When you think about your pitches, you can Google business pitches and you will find an array of websites offering examples, definitions, blogs, providing advice. For this presentation, I'm going to explain the 3 different pitches that can help you give your idea a voice. You should be familiar with the elevator, short, and long pitches. As an entrepreneur, you are always talking about your business to various people, and thus you need various ways to talk about what you are doing. So let's start with this elevator pitch. You see this person standing on the elevator. This is a great focal point for you to think about your quick introduction to your business. Think of it as your time spent on an elevator talking with a potential investor. That person you see on the elevator, that's your high roller. That's the one you want to pitch your idea to. But the ride is less than a minute long. So you must pack a punch in whatever you choose to share. You do not have time to go into every little detail, but you must share what will keep them wanting more. So let's say I am an experienced elevator repair professional who has developed a product that can extend the life of this massive pull chain system that moves the elevator. My elevator pitch might sound something like this. What if I told you the chains pulling this elevator are worn and could pop at any moment? Good thing I know a thing or two about elevators. I have over 18 years of experience repairing these things, and I took the time to develop a new pull chain system that can extend the life of this elevator. My product has a patent pending, but I'm looking for investors to take this to the next level. What do you say? Want to make your next elevator ride a little safer? The goal of an elevator pitch is to get the listener in a position to offer you an opportunity to share more. Maybe take you out for coffee to discuss further. This is where your short pitch comes into play. Before we talk about the short pitch, let's go ahead and hear some elevator pitches from you who are out there. If you have an elevator pitch that you would like to give a try, please go ahead and type yes into the chat, and we'll go ahead and see if we can unmute you, or you could type it in there and we'll go ahead and give a read out loud. So if you would like, please go ahead, type yes into the chat, and then we can go ahead and hear it. It doesn't have to be about your specific business. Maybe you want to be a little more general. That's okay. This is an opportunity for you to give a try with it. I'll give a second or two. Geraldine, did we get anyone that would like to participate?
We did. Let me try to unmute her.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hi. I didn't know if I was the lucky unmuted person
You
of the
are.
morning.
Tell me your name.
Hi, my name is Sylvia D. And
Hi, Sylvia.
yes. How you doing, Myeisha? And I'm founder and owner of Soul Pause. And I don't know, should I just get into what I believe my elevator pitch is?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. All right. Do you ever wake up like fatigued and really wondering, how am I going to get through this day? And then you get to work and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to get to 5 o'clock? Do you continue to do the cycle over and over? Well, many of us do. But I feel my responsibility is to make things better for my morning routine so that my day gets easier. That's where Soul Pods comes in. I make handmade, artisanal, therapeutic products so that every day you wake up refreshed and every night you feel ready to take on the next day.
Oh my God, Sylvia, that's awesome. Like, you really have me intrigued. I'm just like, coffee it is, ma'am. I don't know anything but that.
Yes.
You
Yay.
did a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
I honestly can't even really critique that other than for you to put maybe something that really shows your expertise in that. But we'll get a little further into it and you can add a line in later on. But
Okay.
that was fantastic. Thank you so much for telling us about your product, okay?
Thank you for allowing me to share. Thank you,
Oh,
because I was
you're
curious if that
welcome.
would work.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, because think about it, everyone does have that morning routine where they just wake up and they're like, this isn't going to work. I'm going to need
Yeah.
something to get
Mhm.
me through. And most people automatically jump to caffeine. But then at
Mhm.
caffeine, you have to replenish it throughout the day. So having a product like yours, as what you explained, it would not only get you through the day, but it'll also get you a rest so you'll be ready for the next morning, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that's
Got
it.
it. See? Love it. Thank you so much, Sylvia, for sharing.
Thank you.
So, as you can see, that elevator pitch was quick, it punched, and it made you really think about yourself. So, when you think about an elevator speech, you only have less than a minute to get your point across. Little details are not necessary. But when you go into the short pitch, because after I was pitched to Sylvia, I want to hear more. So now I'm going to ask her, hey, Sylvia, can you join me for coffee? This is going to give her more of an opportunity to have a little more time to explain some of those details. So a short pitch is where you have a few more minutes, usually under 10 minutes to get your idea out there. You will share more details about the problem you are solving, the product you are using to solve the problem, and the profit you will see. So let's think about where you can share stories, how this already is working, what your customers are saying, and how you are making some money off of this idea already. At the end of this pitch, you still want to keep your listener wanting more. So save your financial breakdown for the long pitch. You can touch on it in the short pitch, but you will need more time to get into the financials. And that's where the long pitch comes in. So with the long pitch, it gives you up to an hour of time to get your listeners in the right frame of mind to break out their wallets and invest in your business as either the big bucks investor or as just a customer. Here you will lay it all on the line. This is not the television version of Shark Tank. This is the unedited version. I mean, you guys do know that on that show, they stand there in front of those investors longer than 5 minutes. And if you don't know, well, now you know. Typically, they are there for an hour or more. With the magic of television editing, it looks like they were only there for a couple of minutes. So, when you are ready for that long pitch, you need to have all of your ducks in a row. And the financials is the biggest part of that you're going to have to have. Make sure that you have your testimonials ready to go. Make sure that you have your customer base already secured because your investors want to see that other people have thought of you enough to purchase your products. Next slide. All right, great. You now know the 3 different business pitches you need, but do you have your voice? Most people are not open to sharing thoughts to others, let alone pitch an idea. I mean, take the example here. We have multiple people who are listening in on this webinar, but only one person typed yes and was the lucky one to go ahead and put her elevator speech together for me to hear and critique. Not everyone is able to do that because sometimes fear gets in the way. You must find your voice by facing your fear. There is nothing worse than holding yourself back based on a fear you have. And here's the kicker: the fear you have is not real, it's not tangible, and is definitely not helpful. According to the dictionary, fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause you pain, or that something is a threat. All of this is you being afraid of something that you cannot see or feel. You're holding your idea hostage in your head, but to be successful, you have to be able to share your ideas to others. So, how do you find your voice by facing your fear? So, let's look at Eleanor Roosevelt. She said, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You must do the thing which you think you cannot do." And here's how you must look fear in the face. Next slide, please. In order to look fear in the face, you must think differently. Change thoughts about self and your business. Stop assuming the worst. Change your perspective and stop trying to read the mind of others. For this slide, I chose the statue Rocky Balboa because I think every entrepreneur, dreamer, and forward thinker can find so many motivational quotes to keep pushing forward. When you think you are ready to throw in the towel, please Google Rocky's inspirational quotes. Some of them a little quirky, but most of them are definitely beneficial for those that are looking for that motivation to just keep pushing. Yes, changing your thoughts about self and your business can be a little difficult, but it is necessary. You can actually kill your dream before it's realized just by thinking negatively and staying there. If you are believing people will see you or your business in a negative light, guess what? You will present it in a negative light. What you think, it will definitely be. Do not sabotage yourself or your ideas. For example, when you start speaking about your business, do not start with, "I know it needs a little work, but let me tell you about it." What you have just done is picked apart what you want to say before you even say it. You are telling the listener what to feel and think as you speak. Why do that? What is wrong with showcasing your confidence? Stand behind your business because if you won't, who will? So it's all that mindset. If you think negative, it will be negative. Switch it around. Turn those negatives into positives. Stop thinking that you're less than because you're not. You have a brilliant idea and you know that there's a problem that you want to solve. Now it's up to you to solve that problem and be confident behind what you're saying. Now, you can't go into this thinking the worst either because the earth will not shake, you will not faint, your dead relatives will not going to appear shaking their heads in the background in disappointment after you speak. What is the worst that can happen after you pitch your idea? The worst is getting a no. But Is it really the worst? I mean, think about it. A no with no example or no explanation, that's the worst because you can't learn from the exchange. Every no you receive in life should be a lesson learned for you. You need to take that lesson and apply it and do the necessary changes until you get the yes. I mean, how many famous people have you seen and heard say they faced many people saying no before they actually got the yes? What makes you so different? What makes you so special that you're going to get a yes immediately? I'm quite sure with the energy and all the passion that Sylvia has about her business, they're not going to say yes every time. The no is definitely a stepping stone. It's a lesson learned, and you need to use it to your advantage. So, what would happen if you changed your perspective? Have you ever taken a moment to look at your business idea from the perspective of your listener? Your potential investor or your future customer, what should they know about your business? What should they know about you? Would they really know you are scared or nervous if you don't tell them? I mean, those are some of the questions you should ask yourself when you are changing your perspective. Think about that. Let that meld in your mind for a minute. What is it that your investor and your customer need to know? Lastly, this one is really a kicker. You got to stop trying to read the mind of others. When you start thinking people around you are thinking bad thoughts about you, it only increases your level of fear. Why would you do that? Does it really matter to you if they do not like your shirt, your skirt, or your shoes? No. What matters is the message you are getting across to them. There are many skirts, many shirts, and many shoes that are on the shelves today that are not really looking the best. But guess what? They're selling. Why are they selling? Because someone was able to tell a story that convinced an audience that they needed those unappealing items to be great in this world. Your business idea is the same. You could be selling hamburgers down the street from the number one burger joint on the block, but what makes your burger stand out is you, your voice, not the thoughts in someone else's mind. So Rocky Balboa said, time takes everybody out. It is undefeated. So stop wasting time trying to read the mind of others. It is time to step away from fear and invest more time focusing on delivering a strong business pitch. Next slide. So, in order to deliver a strong business pitch, you have to have a format to help you get your ideas out there. Here's a shell. Let this be your shell. Take out a pen and paper now. Think about your business idea as we're going through this and start jotting down some things. Get your thoughts out of your mind and onto a piece of paper. In your delivery, you have to open with an attention grabber. Have your three standout facts about your business, which is how you will solve a problem. State your expertise, and your closer should call the listener to take action in some way. In your attention grabber, make it something to get the audience thinking. Let's go back to my elevator example. I sparked a little bit of fear in my listener while on the elevator. I asked a simple question, but one that really got the heart pumping a bit. I said, what if I told you the chains pulling this elevator are worn and could pop at any moment? Can you imagine hearing that statement on a moving elevator? Think about your business. What can you say that can spark an interest in hearing more? Don't make it outlandish. And of course, you're going to pay attention to your audience. So practice with your friends and family if you're not sure. And right now, I actually want you to take a stab at it here. Make sure it fits the other facts you will share about your business, though. Don't just say things just to get someone to look at you. Make sure that it fits what you're talking about. So if you would like to go ahead and try an attention grabber for your business, put a yes in the chat and we'll go ahead and get you out there. Now remember, your attention grabber is just a one-liner that you feel will get your audience to listen to you and about your product. It's not some dragged on anything. It looks like I have a yes on my end. I'm looking at a Barbara Easley there, Geraldine. Tell me if you could see it.
It's my Gail Hampton.
Okay, you have
So
a Gail Hampton.
I'm going to grab Gail.
Okay. And after we grab Gail, I would like to circle back and see if you can get Barbara Easley as well.
Good morning.
Good morning, Gail. How are you?
I'm fine, Miss Grady. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for volunteering. Please tell us your attention grabber.
Did you know that one of the challenging things facing Americans is affordable housing?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. I think that when you bring that to the table, um kind of make it fit your audience. So, try to tell them, there's a problem here, affordable housing, and actually it's the number one. Like, try to like make it really like twist those words around and try to make it really make people think. You have a very good opener there. Just try to twist it around and make it a little more grabby, I guess we'll say. You want to give that a try?
I'm thinking about it. It is challenging, so I may
Yes.
need a moment to make it more attention grabbing.
Okay. Go ahead and
Let's
take a
see.
moment.
Okay. Do you think affordable housing would solve our homelessness problem?
Ah, I like that a lot better. Yes. I love it because we all know that there is a homelessness problem. We see it, right?
Right.
Affordable housing, we really don't see that much, right? I like it. I like it. Okay, that's good, Gail. Thank you so much for jumping out there. I appreciate it. Carolyn, were you able to find Barbara easily?
Barbara,
I'm here. Can you hear me?
we can hear
Yes.
you.
Good
Hey, how
morning,
you are?
Barbara. Thank you so much.
I wanted to, I don't know if I put it in the right text form, but entrepreneurship for the youth. How to inspire young entrepreneurs to advance their skills, especially in the inner city, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. So how would you state that to approach it to an investor? If I'm
Oh,
your
okay.
investor, how would you say it to me to make me think about investing in your business?
I would say, okay, now give me a minute.
Okay, go ahead.
I would say, can I grab your attention for a moment? I know what I want to say. Let me introduce to you our new and up and coming young entrepreneurs. I mean, I'll tell them maybe I can open a statement about where they came from and what their vision is. Maybe I could speak of a vision.
Absolutely. Okay, so when you're thinking of putting this out there for an investor, you want to tell
Okay.
them, here in Chicago, we have plenty of young people that are looking to start their own and to take care of their own families. So if you
Gotcha.
think of like something like that, like don't ask for the attention, go get it.
Okay.
You have to, like, if you know someone, you're looking at them. Think about that elevator. You hopping on that elevator and put the person that you want to invest right there in the face of your pitch.
Okay.
Okay, so you
Well,
think
I had
about
some
them.
young entrepreneurs here that's just want to invent their crafts, get them a crafts and advancing their knowledge that want to uplift and up growth in their passion with entrepreneurship.
Absolutely. All right, you got it. You got it.
Thank you.
Definitely practice a little more with your friends and
Gotcha.
family and just make sure that you're not over pitching. There is a
Okay.
particular tone you have to make sure that you're using so that you're not like being too aggressive. So
Gotcha.
you have, I mean, I understand this is a passion for you. You know what you're trying to do for your young people, and I applaud you for that. Now it's just a
Okay.
matter of how can I say this in a way that will make sure that these people grab on to what I'm saying and potentially invest in me? Okay.
Okay. I received that. Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for volunteering. So those are good ways to open with an attention grabber. As you can see, it's not easy for everyone, and it's okay to go back and finesse it. Work on it. You will definitely find your voice by making that attention grabber something that your listener will want to hear and will make them listen to you and want to hear more about what you're doing. And in doing so, you're going to make sure that you put your facts together. You want three standout facts about your business. What makes your business unique? What three things can you talk about that will make others want to get involved with it? How are you solving a problem? Why are you the best one to solve that problem? One thing I told my listener about the elevator is how I took time to develop a pull chain system that can extend the life of the elevator. I also mentioned how my product has patent pending, but I am looking for investors to take it to the next level. Since I'm looking for investors, I have to answer the question, why are you the best to do it? So your expertise has to be front and center with your business pitch. Remember what I said about me and the elevators? I told my listener I have over 18 years of experience repairing elevators. Based on that alone, you know that I'm more than the average repair person, right? When you are pitching your idea, you have to be the expert. You have to know the problem you're solving and how it will work firsthand. Also a good idea to have customers already, not just your friends and family. That's good and all, but it'll be great to have customers who are not connected to you. If strangers can trust your expertise, you have a better chance to get investors to buy into your closer. Okay? So think about it. Why are you the best to do this?
So we
Have
had
you
another
seen,
person volunteer whenever you're ready.
okay, have you seen this problem solved firsthand by using the product or the services that you are presenting? All right, Geraldine, I'm ready for the next person.
Okay, the next person is Kajafa Jones, and I apologize if I pronounce your name wrong. Hold on, let me unmute you.
Oh,
Good morning.
good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you say your name for us?
Kiafa Jones.
Kiafa Jones. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Thank you. The pleasure's all mine. Thank you. Well, I haven't. This is something that I really been having a time with. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, as far as the elevator pitch.
Okay.
Okay, if I were like on an elevator, I was standing with some people. I would mention
Well, don't
I don't know
mention
why.
it. Tell me what would be
No,
your attention grabber? What would be that one line that you would say?
see, this is where I'm because I don't want it to be something. Oh, okay, I want it to be something negative, but it is factual.
Okay.
Through this time of this pandemic, a lot of people have been losing their businesses due to transitioning their business to what it needs to be, coming to the other side of this pandemic. A lot of things have become, online, digital, and a lot of people have, are losing business just due to not being able to transition over. So that's why, I come in. I think it would be oh God, I'm so nervous.
Yeah, no,
Um,
please no. You're in good company. It's fine. Just go ahead. Take a deep breath. It's just me and you.
just, just being able to help people transition their business to get, to where to be successful on this other, with the transition of the whole pandemic. Um,
Okay.
Visual communications, advertising, sales, things of that nature. That's something that's been a lifelong thing that I've been what 20 some odd years now. I have to get my, okay.
Yeah,
So I
you
have to
have.
get all this information together and I have to like smooth it out and how to get it into that minute.
So
And
here's
this
so
is
here's the thing. Ms. Jones, I don't want to cut you off, but I see where you're going with this. Okay, let's. If you look at the screen where it talks about delivering a strong business pitch,
yes.
have this as your outline. So let's go step by step. So you have one, open with an attention grabber.
Okay.
You've hit on pandemic, businesses, and they have to restructure, right? Or
Yes.
transition.
Yes.
So those are things that you want to include in that opening attention grabber. Try to figure out a way to get those three words in one statement. That will be a good attention grabber because we all know about the pandemic. We all know that businesses are having a time with it and that there is transition taking place, right? And restructuring. So you want to make sure you hit that in your attention grabber. Then when you talk about your three standout facts about your business and how you're able to solve that problem, think about the most important things that you can do to help this. What are the things that you are strongest in? And that goes back to your expertise. You have how many years experience in this? Now let's put that in there. You could
Okay.
even start off saying, I have this many years experience in such and such. I'm going to start this company and here's what it's going to do. You can even start that way. It's like you have 27 years doing what? So, I mean, it's those kind of things are going to put me in a certain mind frame to think of you as the expert in this field. And then the last thing is you're going to tell them what you need them to do. Like, hey, I'm looking for investors to join in with this, or I'm looking for customers. Do you know anyone? I'm looking for referrals, whatever the case may be. You're going to tell them what to do. So stop
Okay.
making it a little more complicated than what it needs to be. Let's make it as simple as possible. These
Listen.
four things here is what you're going to need to get you started with an elevator pitch. And
Okay.
then you can grow it into a short pitch. Take some of those standout facts, expand them a little bit, give a little more background on them, or even expand on your expertise. If you feel like people are like, well, there are 1,000 businesses like this. Yeah, but there's only one me. So you have to figure out where you need to expand your talk. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So don't worry. It's not an easy process for everyone, which is why I'm trying to break it down to more of the simplistic things that you would need to include. All the rest of it comes from you, your knowledge, your experience, and how you're going to solve that problem that's out there. Okay? You did good. I mean, you mentioned some very good things here that we all can relate to. We're all going through this. I mean, we have so many people on the line now that are transitioning their businesses or trying to get their business started right here during the pandemic. So we all can relate to this in some way. So you
Yes.
did good bringing that out as your attention grabber. Thank you so much for volunteering. And I hope that that kind of gets you a little more comfortable. Does it not?
Yes, thank you so
Good.
much.
Oh, you're welcome. Geraldine, I do have someone that private messaged me, Sharon Lewis. Can you go ahead and open Sharon Lewis?
Hi,
Hi,
Sharon.
this is Sharon Lewis. Can you hear me well?
I can hear you, Sharon. Good morning. Thank you for
Good,
volunteering.
good morning. Have you ever been on an elevator this bright before? Can you imagine what it would be like to walk down a block and have this much light, safety, and security? Well,
Ew.
what we do is we do safety and security LED lighting for neighborhoods for free.
I love it. Oh my goodness, you got me intrigued. It's like I'm over here like, really? We could do that? That can happen?
That
I
can
love
happen, and
it.
it is happening. So then
Oh
I
my
would
goodness.
go on to tell them, because most people do want to know more. I think the things that catch them is free, safety, security, and lights.
Absolutely. I love it. Good job. That's a good one. Yes, yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes, yes. Hold on to that one. And then I'm also intrigued, like, how did you get into this? What's your expertise behind it? Oh, this is awesome. You really have my mind thinking about it to want to know more. And that's the goal. You did a good job with that. I like it a lot.
Thank you. I've been listening to what you had to say. I've been going over things in different types of pitches, but I think when you said, you need to give them things that they can grab onto, key things that they can grab onto that will spark questions. And
Yes.
I think that those key things spark questions.
Oh, I'm glad. Good. Yes. Like this definitely worked for you. I love it. I love it. All right. Hold on to that. Did you write it down? Please tell me you wrote it down. Oh my goodness. I loved it. Okay. Thank you so much for volunteering, ladies. I definitely appreciate it. All
I
right.
have
So
another one.
you have another one?
Daryl.
Okay.
Yeah, Daryl Hughes. Daryl.
Hello, how you
Good
doing?
morning. Good morning, Daryl. Thank you so much for volunteering. I'm glad to hear a man joining these women volunteering. I love it. Okay. Come on with it.
All right, so our elevator pitch is we're a Hughes Technology Studio. We prepare underserved and at-risk youth for job readiness by building essential tech, business, and creative skills to create diversity in the gaming and interactive industries. Our motto, don't just play the game, get in the game.
Uh-huh. Like it, like it, like it. That's more of your full pitch, right?
No, it's just the beginning of our pitch.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Give me
So
your first line again.
Hughes Technology Studio prepares underserved and at-youth risk for job readiness by building essential tech and business and creative skills.
Okay. That's a bit wordy for talking to a stranger right off the street.
Mm-hmm.
What if you could flip it and start with your gaming scenario? So let's think of getting that person into a certain frame of mind. What question could you ask at the beginning that could get somebody to think about gaming?
Okay, so we have 73% of African Americans and Latinx are gamers and consumers, but only 3% have jobs in the interactive and gaming industries.
All right, so let's turn that into a question that will get the person thinking about this and seeing that it's a problem.
So did you know that the interactive industries lacks diversity? We have found that only 73% of African Americans and Latinx are gamers and consumers, but only 3% have jobs in the gaming and interactive industries.
Yes, I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. So now you have that down. You know that statistic, right? Is it
Yes.
possible for you to deliver that in a way that's more conversational and not so book text heavy?
Okay. So we are a company that helps underserved and at-risk students to be trained in the gaming and the interactive industries. Reason is because only 73% of African Americans are gamers and consumers, but we only have 3% of the jobs in these industries.
All right, you did good. That sounded very conversational, more relaxed. Now, next time, put it in a question form. Make your
Okay.
person think about it. Put in a question form. Now, I'm popping these things at you. I'm not really asking for you to go ahead and give it right back to me, but go ahead and think about that. Think about the way that you're presenting it and try to flip it into like a question, something that could really get your listener to think about what's going on, what's wrong in the industry, and then you go ahead and you present yourself as the problem solver.
Okay, cool.
You think about that?
Yes, that's awesome. Thank you.
All right, and you're welcome.
Because we're going to San Diego, we present in front of investors on Tuesday. So this is very helpful.
Oh, awesome. I'm glad I could help. Definitely. You have really good, solid information. You have some solid facts there that they're definitely going to want to hear. Now you just need to open it in a way that would get them thinking. So think back to my elevator pitch and how I went there. I'm on a moving elevator. I'm telling this person that the elevator is going to break. And so, or I'm actually questioning it. I'm getting them to think about the elevator breaking. So you have to put your audience in a certain frame of mind right from the jump. So ask some kind of question, make it sound some kind of way that they can relate to it, have a common ground with it, and then go into the rest of the pitch. Always keep your pitch conversational because you want that person to believe that they can interact with you. Okay?
All right, sounds great. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you for volunteering. Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have one more. We have another one. Wendy Davis. Wendy, I'm going to unmute you.
Good morning, Wendy.
Oh, there we are. Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning. Thank you for volunteering.
Thank you. Okay. What if I told you I had a pandemic-proof opportunity where you are the essential worker and work on your own terms? With the interest rates decreasing and more individuals becoming homebound, the opportunity to own your business, assist others, and grow are endless. Being a mobile notary for over 15 years, I realized everyone needs a notary at some point in time, especially in the financial and business arenas. I'm here to guide you on your way to a successful startup.
That sounds awesome. All right, you did good. Your opener was very good. It really brought to where we at today. The only thing that I would have to critique is that I'm sure that that was something you wrote down and you practiced, or you just wrote down and read because it lacked a conversational piece to it. But that's something that will come after you finesse it a little bit more, make your voice be in there, and not make it so textbook read.
Well,
I
yeah,
think that
I
will be
just wrote it
sound.
right. I wrote it right now.
Oh yeah, I can tell. I can hear it. But the information's there, which is good.
Okay.
So the information is there. It's solid. Once you make it conversational, it will definitely draw your audience in. Always practice your emphasis on certain things.
Okay.
So make sure when you make it conversational that you emphasize, pandemic, relief, and such. So you want to make sure that they're able to see themselves in that pitch. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
But that's good. You're welcome. You guys are on a roll. This is awesome. I mean, you guys have a solid foundation of making your pitches strong. So I want to go ahead and complete this one here, this slide here, and then we'll have a question and answer section. So make sure that if you have questions that you want to ask, please type them in the chat now so that when we do start wrapping up, we can come back to those questions. So the last part of your pitch is the closer. And you want to make sure that you tell your audience what to do with the information you shared. Here's where you make your final attempt at closing the deal. I already said I'm looking for investors to help my elevator pull chain system as my pending patent is going on, right? I also asked my listener if they want to make sure that their next elevator ride is safer. We had one of our volunteers say, "You want to make your walk down the street safer?" Yes. I also gave the listener specific dollar amounts that are needed. If I was in that longer or a short pitch, that's where I would bring in the dollar amount that I need. Before you ask for a specific amount, you should have your numbers worked out. Your financials should be thorough, clear, and precise. Your projections must be realistic. Do not make assumptions here. They have to be realistic. How many times have you watched Shark Tank or any other pitch given and they throw out outlandish numbers that you can already see that they don't have proof that they're going to earn that in the next few years or even in one cycle? So the last thing you want to do is upset your investors by bringing in numbers that definitely can't be backed. They're definitely not realistic. If you are not proficient in running your numbers, you need to get a professional. Get someone who can actually sit down with you and tell you what's realistic for your business. Remember, these are components right here on your screen that are needed in the shell of your pitch. It's not the nuts and bolts. So depending on which of the three different pitches you are going to be giving, you will expand each section based on the amount of time you have to deliver. You cannot go over a minute with the elevator speech. Your short speech or your short pitch definitely cannot be longer than 10 minutes. If you're going over 10 minutes, you are falling in line with that long pitch where you need to have so many things explained and worked out before you even sit down at the table with others. So make sure you're using everything appropriately, okay? So here's the time where I'm going to open the floor to any questions you might have. So, Carolyn, are there any questions in the chat?
We have a question from earlier on. Does the WBDC is it just for women who are looking for answers and support resources?
No, it is open to anyone. The only time that women is when it comes to certification. Our specialty is certifying women for those contracts with the government. So becoming, if you want to try to certify your business as a woman-owned business, or 51% of your business is owned by a woman, that's our specialty for that contract period. As far as advising, no, it's open to anyone. A lot of men get kind of, turned a little confused when they see that it's a women's development center, and I get it. But it is definitely for anyone. I've had clients who are men, women. I had someone who wanted to open up something for their child. So it's just, we've had an array of people come through.
Great, thank you. Another question. How much should you ask for? Do you do that in the first contact pitch?
No, when it comes to how much you're asking for, depending on where you are, what pitch are you delivering? How much time do you have to deliver this pitch? That's when you would decide, can I ask for money right off the bat? And it depends on the relationship that you have built with the investor. I would think of myself first. So put yourself in the place of the investor. If you are just meeting someone, do you want them to give you an elevator pitch and then ask you for money? Or do you want to hear a little more details about the business and then find out how much money? So it depends on what kind of relationship you're trying to build with your investors. Or are you just looking for a customer? If you're looking for a customer, absolutely tell them how much the product's going to cost for them to purchase it from you right there. The point is that each pitch you want to definitely give your investor or your customer a little more information to make it more solid. If you have to sell them a little more, then it's going to be a little more of a lengthier pitch. But for investors, depending on the dollar amount you're asking for, you might have to have a long pitch. So thus you're putting yourself on their calendar to make appointments with them. So just depends on that relationship. Next question.
How many minutes should each pitch be on average?
Okay, so it has your short pitch, excuse me, let me go back to elevator. Elevator pitch, less than a minute. Short pitch, less than 10 minutes. Long pitch, up to an hour. It could be 2, depending on the engagement that you're giving. Next question.
There's any other questions? Lots of thank yous, lots of thank yous. This was great. This was awesome.
Oh, great.
It looks like that is all the questions. If anyone has any last minute questions, please put them in the chat or the Q&A.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and advance the slide for me, Carolyn. And you can advance to the next one. So since everyone's still kind of thinking about the questions, and you are more than welcome, I'm glad to do this for you. I want to recap what we went over today. So today you heard about the WBDC, our commitment to connecting our clients to resources at no cost, helping them to access capital, and getting the contracts in the hands of businesses that need them. Next, we discussed the 3 business pitches every entrepreneur should have in their back pockets. So the elevator, short and long pitches. You will be very effective in your pitch delivery once you find your voice by facing your fear. Remember, time is undefeated. It will take you out if you let fear silence your voice. Don't do that. Okay? Lastly, you must deliver a strong business pitch by opening with an attention grabber. Discuss your 3 standout problem solving facts. Let your expertise be front and center, and close your pitch by telling your listeners what to do. Next slide. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to attend this webinar today. Remember to keep going. You're almost there. Now go out there and give a voice to that idea in your head. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, Myeisha. I do have one quick question that came in.
Yeah, go
And
for it.
is, how do you take advantage of the services you provide? Are they online? So pretty much a question, how do you contact the WBDC and make an appointment and get all these great
Sure.
free services?
Absolutely. So go to our website and you will see all the information there about meeting with our business advisors. The phone number is on the website as well. Give a call. You can set an appointment.
Great. Another quick question. Yes, this webinar was recorded and it will be posted on www.youtube.com/ChicagoBACP. Thank you, Myeisha. We truly appreciate all your information. It was really motivational and we hope everyone has a great weekend. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Have a good day, guys.